What's up, everyone? It's the Cheap Guy here. I'm trying to save you money so that you can get on top of your feet and do well in life and not worry about things anymore. So please subscribe, because the more subscribers we have and the more you share this, the more people we can help. So subscribe, like, share, all the good things you can do for me so I can keep doing good things for you. Today I want to talk about water. I love water. In fact, for the most part, that's all I drink. When I go to restaurants, I get water. It's free. It's great. And it's healthy too. And so I don't have to worry about calories. I don't have to worry about cost. I just get free water. Okay? But what's crazy is that people are spending billions of dollars across America on water. Bottled water has actually surpassed all other beverages. The second place guy that stayed in first for so long was sodas. Pop, wherever you're from the country, Coke, all that good stuff. That was the reigning king for a long time. But in 2017, bottled water and paying for water surpassed even soda. So now Americans are spending billions of dollars to the point of spending more on water than any other drink. Now the question is that a worthy expense? Should you spend money on water? And how much could you save if you stopped spending money on water? As well as if you started drinking water more and stopped spending money on other drinks. Let's dive in. The main two reasons people would buy or spend money on water, or water filters for that matter, are going to be: one, safety. They want to make sure that their water is safe and healthy to drink and does not do any damage to their body. And two, it's going to be taste. So, the first one is actually not a major concern. You see, the EPA, or Environmental Protection Agency, ensures that our drinking water out of the tap is safe to drink. There are mandatory limits that every water servicing company must meet or stay below, and those are even below what the normal safety requirements would be. It's kind of like expiration dates on food. Those expiration dates are uber safe dates. In other words, if you drink your milk or eat something a couple days after the expiration date, it's not going to kill you. You're not even going to get sick, but they want to be extra careful, and so they have these mandated expiration dates. The same is true with water safety standards. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Cheap Guy, what about Flint, Michigan? Well, that actually helps my point, because Flint, Michigan is known by you and me and everyone because it is such an anomaly for water to not be safe. In fact, if there was any other city in the United States that had unsafe drinking water from the tap, it would be a story as much as Flint is. And you wouldn't just hear about Flint, but you would hear about other said city. Flint is such a big story because it is unacceptable for us to have unsafe drinking water from our tap. And the fact that the presidential nomination debates are talking about Flint water, the fact that Flint, Michigan had to get a settlement and companies had to bring in bottled water for free. All these things show that this is not normal. You can actually go onto a website, you can call your water company, and you can ask to have them send you the levels of everything that's in your water. You can go on the EPA site and look at what are the max levels of all these materials in your water. Now, if you do that, you're going to see all kinds of words you've never heard before, and you're going to think, what the heck is in this water? Well, the reality is our water contains a lot of stuff, and very few things in there that you still see levels in your water have anything to do with safety. What they mostly have to do with is taste. Okay, so your water is safe. When you get water filters, like a Brita filter, and you filter out the stuff in your water, it is not necessarily going to make it more safe. Or if you use an under sink filter, like a triple RO filter, okay, that also is going to filter out some of the bad stuff, but it's not necessarily going to make it more safe. So what are these filters actually doing? For the most part, these filters are making your water taste better. That's really the majority of the work they're doing. And I must say, I love triple RO, reverse osmosis, filtered water. It tastes wonderful. Okay? This is also the main reason people get bottled water delivered or bottled water from the store. Most of the time, it is not necessarily because we need bottled water for our own safety or health, but because of the taste of the water. Things like Brita's and under a triple RO filtered water and things like this can really actually work against you, because if you don't change the filter, you could actually be drinking more bacteria through your Brita than you are through your tap water sink, which is constantly flowing and being cleaned. Also, when you drink bottled water, you are hurting the environment with these single-use plastic bottles. In fact, bottled water contributes so much plastic to the ecosystem, it may be helping you, but it's actually killing our planet. And we want to get rid of these plastics as well. So, if we don't worry about the safety factor, if we stop buying filters and filter cartridges, which are a reoccurring cost for the rest of your life, if we stop buying bottled water, we save money and the environment. And if we stop getting water delivered, all these things will add up in both savings, but as well as in doing good to the earth. Last though, what about the taste? I agree. Most tap water is not the best taste. In fact, the reason all those filters stay in business is because you can taste the difference. And people often think, because I can taste the difference, I can taste all the bad stuff that was taken out of my tap water. Well, that is not necessarily true. The stuff that causes taste and odor in water is harmless. And there are different varying levels depending on where you live and what your water company is. But it's not about safety at all. It's really about whether it is good to drink to your tongue. So, my personal tap water here where I live does not taste very good. In a bind, if I'm feeling really thirsty or I need to take a pill, I'll drink the tap water. And it's not the tastiest of sorts, but it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't create an aftertaste. I'm not burping up nastiness, okay? It is just not the best tasting water. If you cannot stand tap water and you think it's worth it to use a filter just for the taste alone, I have a way to give you a free filter, in a sense, a free water taste changer. What you do is you get a water bottle, okay, a reusable water bottle. You fill it up with your tap water and you stick it in the fridge. Once it gets cold enough, it will taste much better. Why? Because the cold water masks a lot of these odors and tastes. So, you can even try this out. Take tap water at room temperature. Take tap water that is just chilled a little, maybe put it in the fridge for 30 minutes, and then take tap water that is really, really cold. And you will see that the room temperature tastes the worst and the really, really cold tastes the best. And you didn't filter anything. All you did was make the water colder. So, cold water can actually overcome the barriers to taste, and if you can get accustomed to the cold water, you can save a lot of time, money, and the environment by just simply chilling your own water and not worrying about buying plastic bottles or buying filters with refillable cartridges. Okay, last. If you can start liking water, and honestly, I just naturally love water. It's my drink of choice. It's my preference, okay? I don't understand why so many people have trouble with this, but apparently a lot of people have trouble drinking enough water because of the taste. I have a theory about this. I think if you don't drink a lot of water, and then you're drinking other things such as sodas or juices or things that are very sweet, what you're missing when you drink the water is the sugar or the sweetness, okay? And so what you've done is you've unacquired a taste for water. I believe you can reverse that and you can acquire a taste for water. What it means is maybe forcing yourself to drink nothing but water for a while, but over time you will start liking water. That is my personal theory. give it a try. Try it for, say, a month or maybe 3 months, and comment below if it worked. Okay, I'm also curious too, if you try the tap water in the fridge, if you didn't like your tap water, if you can drink the cold tap water. Put down in the comments if that worked for you as well. But the reason I want you to start liking water is because when you go to a restaurant or when you're out and about, if you can drink water instead of, say, that Coke that you would normally get, you're going to save anywhere from $1 to $3 every time you're out. Okay, now, I'm not saying do away with all other drinks forever. I still like having a glass of wine or going out for a drink. There's certain foods like pizza. That's like kind of the only time I might ever drink a Dr. Pepper or something like that. But for the most part, I drink nothing but water day in and day out, which means my entire budget for drinks, for liquids, generally is zero. Okay? I know there's a lot of you who love coffee and you spend literally $300 a month on coffee. Luckily, for whatever reason, I never started drinking coffee, and so I don't need it. In fact, if I drink coffee, I won't sleep at all. It's not good for me. I'm not saying deprive yourself of coffee if you need it, but there are obviously cheaper ways to get that coffee fix than many people do these days. And if you drink, say, a liter of water when you first wake up, that may do similar things to your body and to your psyche that the coffee would. And if you can start to wean yourself off coffee or even just lessen the amount of coffee, that will actually be healthy for you as well as save you money. So water, even though it's a small expense in the grand scheme of things, it is these little things that add up. So if by drinking water and saving water saves you, say, $30 a month in bottled water or whatever, and let's say it saves you another $30 a month because you're now drinking water instead of, say, a soda when you go out to eat, all of a sudden now you're saving $60 every month. Okay? It doesn't seem like a lot, but if you do this with water and we start to stack on it other things we're doing it with, and that 60 now becomes 120, 180, and all of a sudden you're now saving $300 a month, which is very easy, easier than you think, then that $300 a month will be over $3,500 a year, and now we're starting to make some progress in getting your savings up. A lot of the reason people don't start with things like water is because they think $1 here or $1 there doesn't matter, and it's going to really help their lives out. However, we need to reverse that mindset, because $1 here and $1 there ends up being another dollar and another dollar and another dollar and another dollar, and instead of saving 60, now you're spending 60, and that's a $120 turnaround in your budget. Because instead of saving 60, you're now spending 60, and so you actually need $120 more to bridge that gap. That's how things add up. That's how we start saving money, and that's why I'm the cheap guy.